Years ago, your independence wasn't allowed. Only good for cooking and cleaning up the house. Only known for being a housewife wearing gowns. Went from dependent to the most independent girl around. You're disciplined with your diligence, I respect that. Equal rights for the sexes, we all accept that. Random guys with her number, she might expect that. But if he's not on this grind, she might reject that. It takes a boss, they the boss lady. Got what it take to be the boss, baby. Yeah, grown sexy, that's the boss lady. Know how to carry yourself if you're a boss lady. Do whatever to succeed if you're a boss lady. You gotta practice what you preach if you're a boss lady. You gotta get it on your own if you're a boss lady. You gotta always hold your own if you're a boss lady. Respect.
When they discuss justice or else and what is or else, from what I understand, it's in reference to finances and where the money is going to be going, which is why I'd like to encourage you all to make sure that you are supporting your local businesses, your local small businesses, and larger businesses. But I'd like you to actually meet an entrepreneur here in New England area. This is Jamil from Lace Boston. Jamil, why don't you come on out? Hi, how are you? Give me a hug. It's okay. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
First, everything's busy, busy, busy. I know you're super busy. You guys just moved from a location on Tremont Street to your Mass Ave location.
Yeah.
How is that?
It's been an interesting process. We actually moved from Columbus Ave to Mass Ave, which is changed such a dramatic change, a lot more visible, a lot more people walk in, get a lot more foot traffic, which in turn equals more business.
Yes.
And we are always doing community events. We've had lots of free meet and greets. Just recently we had a really big one with Young Thug. Mm-hmm. And
you guys are known for doing that.
Yeah, that's
You're
kind of
known
our
for
claim to
having a
fame.
lot of like in-store events too.
Yeah, that's kind of our claim to fame. I feel if other people might have a one-up on getting exclusive product or getting some, but we get the musicians. We get them early and we let people. LACE is actually an acronym for Living and Creating Experiences Daily. So
wait a minute, say that one more time.
Living and Creating Experiences Daily. So we live by that, and we try to create these intangible experiences.
Wow, I love that. And as a entrepreneur, you had to figure out, okay, how am I going to make my niche? How am I going? Well, before we go there, are you originally from Boston?
I am. I was born and raised in Boston, born at Brigham and Women's Hospital, not too far away from here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you imagine that you were going to be an entrepreneur when you were younger? Is this something you aspired to?
But I think a lot of it was inert. My father was a business owner. He owned several businesses on Dudley Street. Mm-hmm. One of them was somewhat similar to a Men's Wearhouse. It was fine men's suits.
Nice.
And I grew up playing under the mannequins and under the clothing rack. So here I am 20 years later and doing the same thing. Yeah. Who would know?
Imagine that. As a young person, we never know what we're going to turn into, but we covet what we see.
Right.
So as an entrepreneur and finding your niche and how to compete with even large businesses like Nike, the Nike store, how did you make that plan? How did you create that plan?
It was a lot of trial and error, to be honest with you. You try this and that doesn't really work, then you move on and you try something else. Mm-hmm. And I think we've landed in a good place. We are a sneaker reseller. So if you find a Jordan if you're looking for a Jordan or a shoe that's really limited edition, most likely we would have it.
Nice.
So we specialize in trying to keep really rare shoes and sneakers in stock.
Yes. Now, I have to understand the whole sneaker world because it's crazy.
Right.
Like, it is a little crazy.
There's a lot of selection.
A lot of selection. The kids want it.
Right.
It's like one of the most popular things. And a lot of them are hobby collectors.
Right.
Like, they don't even wear the sneakers sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. There's sneakers that can be valued up to $15,000.
Wow.
You're probably not going to wear a $15,000 shoe because it would lose some value.
Yes.
So yeah, if in a brand new condition, they're actually worth more than they are worn. But the amazing thing about it is it can create an entrepreneur out of anyone.
Yes.
So for an example, I'll give you a young gentleman who just started to get into the sneaker game, and he'll go to Foot Locker and he'll wait an hour, 2 hours, maybe overnight if he has to get this really coveted sneaker release. Once he has that sneaker release that he purchased at retail price, he can in turn bring it to Laced, and we'll sell it for him in a consignment-based business, and he'll make money from it.
Wow.
Yeah, we're your sneaker real estate broker.
Wow.
Yeah, so you bring
like
us your
that.
property and we sell it for you.
Okay. Again, I just want to briefly bounce back to the justice or else. So what I understand from the or else is almost an opportunity for people of color, okay? There's over 3.5 million, and we've got money to spend. And many times we end up spending our money in large corporations such as Nike or such as,
Right.
any of these larger retailers. And we're essentially saying the or else is really to start working with small business owners and putting our money back into the community. So as an individual, as a small business owner, how important is it that the residents are shopping with you?
Right, it is. It's very important. I mean, without them, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to be open next month or pay our rent. So, and I feel like with the way our business is structured, is that we can give back. I have people who drop off, $2,000 worth of sneakers and pick up $2,700 in a check, in a check once the stuff gets sold. So,
Nice.
We're giving them an opportunity to make some money. At the same time, they're giving us a product to sell that we can make money from, so which keeps my inventory costs down. So it really is a give and take, and we help each other.
And you're essentially offering business skills to some of these young people too,
Right.
because I'm sure they never would have imagined of
Right.
doing something like that.
Well, that's what the subculture of the sneaker collecting has become. You collect and you get to have cool stuff, but you can also trade this stuff in for a little bit more, or sell it for a little bit more than what you paid for it.
Yeah, instead of flipping houses, you're flipping sneakers.
Right. Or instead of flipping drugs, you're flipping sneakers, which is the way I look at it, because some of the children that I grew up with and some of the friends that I had didn't have the opportunity to sell anything else. So I feel like being able to sell something that's legal and you can be proud of it, and it's still something you love, is a good thing.
I love that you mentioned that, because that plays with education, that plays with giving the young people something to do and something to learn,
Right.
and really steering them away from, like you
Yeah,
said, selling illegal merchandise.
Yeah, you can see that
and selling legal
exactly.
merchandise.
You see that you have the opportunity to sell legal merchandise, and that entices you to want a little bit more. You say, well, maybe I can sell 2 pairs next week or 10 pairs next month, and aspiring them to. I've had lots of young people tell me that they'd like to open a business like mine, and I tell them go for it, because I didn't have anyone telling me go for it.
Let everyone know where Laced Boston's located.
So Laced is located at 426 Massachusetts Ave. It's on the corner of Columbus and Mass Ave, and really convenient to the Mass Ave Orange Line T-stop.
And we've got to actually come into the store. We want to go into the store, and I need you to explain the sneaker game to me.
Right.
Because I am not a sneaker. I am a sneaker person.
Okay.
I'm an Adidas person
Okay.
now, but I wear a lot of heels.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to explain to us,
Right,
the audience,
right.
the sneaker game.
Right,
Okay.
we will.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a segment just on sneakers and explaining the sneakers to you
Yes.
and your audience. That'd be nice. It would take a little bit of time. It's almost like a study book.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut to a brief PSA. When we come